Hi, 안녕하세요. How are you? This is Nara's kimchi. Oh, bacon! Whoa, that was so unprofessional. Leave it. So bacon is just having really hard time having a personal crisis. Yes, I should just only use cube. All right. Okay. So today we made some variety of pancakes, and so this is, I call this shaking the fridge out. So when you have a lot of different vegetables just sleeping and wilting away, you can just chop them all up and make them into delicious waffle, pancake, gluten-free version as well. So let's see how we make this that actually made bacon lose his cool. So let's see. All right, so I happen to have a lot of vegetables today, and this is the point of making this. So you can actually empty the fridge. When you have a lot of vegetables just waiting to wilt and die, then you really want to make something like this that uses up a lot of different ones. So from my garden, I had all the squash blossoms from the pumpkin patch, and I had zucchini, not zucchini, summer squash here, green onions. I had orange yam, and this is a hot dog, but you don't have to use the hot dog. You could just totally make this vegetarian. I also had some carrots. So you could just have only one or two veggies out of this, and that'll be totally fine. But since I had a lot today, I'll just use the whole thing, and I can just use up a lot. So usually for pancake, you would make a pancake mix. This is a frying mix, but I don't have a pancake mix. I have a frying mix. I'm just gonna use this one. It tastes very good also. If you don't have something like this, I'll show you how to make it out of a just regular flour from scratch, and it'll be in the more info line at the video, okay? So I'll use about 1 cup of flour for now. Let's see how much I need. So that's about 1 cup. I think I'll probably need two. So that's about 2 cups. Then water. So let's put 2 cups of water and see how good the batter is. I think the batter is a little too thin, so I'm going to add at least half cup of flour mix. That's about half cup. So that looks really good. It's not too thin. So 2.5 cups of frying mix with 2 cups of cold water. Then we put some, this much. So I'm leaving a little bit of ingredients so I can make gluten-free version also. So that looks pretty good. Look how beautiful this is. So let's set this aside, and meanwhile I'll make the gluten-free version also. So for gluten-free version, I'm just going to use regular rice flour they use, and it's a half cup of rice flour. Then about 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So about 1/4 cup. Then this is xanthan gum, which usually gives a little bit of a fake feeling of gluten. So I'm gonna put half teaspoon of that. And this is baking powder. I'm going to put very little, only 1/4 cup, not 1/4 cup, 1/4 teaspoon. So a very tiny bit. So that is a basic mix. I'll add some salt. About half teaspoon. And some pepper. Oh, I almost forgot. garlic. Just a little bit of minced garlic really goes a long way. So if you have it, please use it. And let's pour just enough water to make a good batter here. So you just eyeball it. As the rice flour is very dry, it takes up a little more water than you think compared to the gluten, the regular version. So I'm adding more water just for the perfect consistency. No matter how much water I'm adding, it just keeps going for more water. So you have to keep working with it like this until you get the right consistency. So this actually looks pretty good now. Doesn't look too thick or thin. And I'll add the rest of the veggies here. The color is so pretty on this one also. Very exciting. So now I will let this aside for another 15 minutes or so while I cook the regular version. All right, the pan is very hot. I actually had to turn off the heat for a while. So the pan is hot and I put enough oil like this. Otherwise it sticks to the pan. And I will spread this out so I can make this a bit thinner. The thinner, the crispier. So this is about medium heat. So when you see a lot of bubbles like this, that's when it's time to flip. So this one looks pretty good. Oh, and just in case, I will spray with a non-stick spray. You don't have to, but this is like an insurance policy there. Very crispy here. I will lower the heat now and cook for another minute or so. So this looks pretty good, and you can see the edges are like all very crispy. So this one is done. Let me just put another one now. So now I will actually fry the gluten-free one. So put more oil. So I'm making the gluten-free version now. And when I make gluten-free pancake with rice flour, because of the lack of gluten, I make it a lot smaller. So it is easier to flip and less likely to break. So I'm only spreading right about here. You can see it's a little bit thicker than the regular pancake that I did. And same thing, I'm gonna wait until the top part has some bubbles. So now this one is also done. Like, because it's gluten-free and it can break very easily, I don't wanna flip it until it's pretty much ready. And you can see some bubbles here. Okay, that looks very nice also. So I'll cook for another minute or so. All right, all done. If this side looks golden brown like this, then it's definitely done. So let's taste. All right, so time for a taste test with this really naughty assistant. So as usual with scissors, I will just cut. So this one is gluten-free one. It's a rice flour one. Oh, that smell of oil is just amazing. One, of course, the best tasting one. And this one is waffle. Let's see which one will taste the best. I think I know the answer. It's always the regular one on regular pan that tastes the best, but when you don't want to stand in front of fire like it is here, it's like, you know, pretty hot right now in Mexico. I don't really want to stand in front of fire and cook something with the heat, and I have to watch it very carefully. It makes me sweat, especially at my age. I'm always hot. So that's when you use a waffle maker, and it makes it really, really easy. So let me just taste the waffle iron one first. Really interesting that it's very lovely, and a little bit of hot dog taste. It tastes so good for me, because when it's something is just all vegetable, it's not as attractive as something that has a little bit of ham or some kind of meat. It's just I'm just that kind of person. So this is the regular one. Of course, the best. This is that really thin sliced one with very crispy, because more surface to get fried with the oil. So good. Bacon, I'll give you the waffle part. This is the part with squash blossom one. You get the hot dog part. So I'll taste the gluten-free one also. I'm surprised how crispy this one is. This gluten-free one really surprised me. Very good flavor. And the rice flour mixed with a little bit of cornstarch, it's so crispy. So what do you think? Pretty easy to make at home, huh? You could just mix whatever you have. If you don't have that baking mix, a pancake mix or fried mix, just use flour at home. So I hope you guys all try something like this. Next time you open the fridge door and see a lot of veggies, just put whatever you have, okay? So until next time, see you later. Bye. Bye.